theme for this week is collaboration, and I was just thinking about the different ways that we collaborate in our community life. And kind of in the big picture, we've collaborated, for example, in drafting our rule of life. We've said this is how we want to live together, and we've stated our vision and our purpose, our mission, and described how we want to be together. So that is one way that we collaborate with one another, but it's the rule of life is only one part of it, and there's kind of a daily working together. Not only working together to do the work that we do, but also working together to live the life that we do. Collaborating on our community life and recognizing the need for forgiveness and for, as our rule says, recognizing when the fabric of our community life is torn and doing something to mend it. There's lots of ways that we collaborate with one another in Christian community.
I like how each of the brothers had that little take on community. You know, Luke, you talked about healing and community, and sometimes that's just, you know, sometimes you can't heal this person's pain. You may not have the right word, but you can just be with them, and you see that principle at the cross when Mary and John and the other women are saying that they can't save Jesus. You know, they can't do anything for him, but they're there, and they don't flee like everyone else does. And Robert, the things that he said about other people and demonizing other people, that brings to mind that people who challenge us sometimes can be our greatest teachers. I know in a lot of 12-step program we talk about stinking thinking, and basically projecting things on other people or getting a feeling or a sense about someone, and how those feelings aren't necessarily factual. They're just a sense, and maybe they're bringing something up in us that actually needs healing, and it's of our own making, not anything to do with them. So I found those actually identified with both of those concepts personally.
This topic of collaboration for me also brings to mind the chapter on silence in the rule, where we say that silence helps us to recognize the mystery of another human being, to acknowledge that we don't know everything there is to know about that person, and to be slow to judge and quick to listen and try to understand, and that person is only fully known by God, and so respect the mystery of that person, and as the rule says, not pretend that we have somehow penetrated that mystery and now we know who this person is or what they're like, or we've solved the puzzle of who they are.
And I find I'm discovering so much more about myself and community, so my own assumptions of who I am or how I act and what I can do is coming into question as others share what they see in me. So I'm also learning to revere the mystery of myself and my expectations of myself differently, as I'm learning more from others as to who I am.